Yo, this is Jarmancer here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Mean Greens Plastic Warfare. The Mean Greens is a third-person shooter in which you play as a plastic army man, which seems like a brilliant idea. The execution, however, isn't as great. But first of all, I do have to hand it to the devs when it comes to the look of the game. The textures aren't terribly high-res, but the aesthetics and the map design are top-notch. You really feel like a plastic army man as you run around, dwarfed by toy trains, party hats, rubber duckies, and other various toys and household items. Each map is unique and has its own game mode. There are pretty standard game modes such as Capture the Flag, Point Control, and Deathmatch, but there's also a variety of objective-based modes. A few examples include lighting all the candles on a birthday cake, melting the ice block around your team's toy dinosaur, and pushing the enemy's cup off a countertop. There's even a soccer match inside of a foosball table, which is unfortunately where the issues begin. The Mean Greens has problems with collision detection, which is problematic for a game mode based on attempting to hit a ball and rolling it toward a destination. You'll often find yourself stuck up against the side of the ball, sort of vibrating in and out of it, which makes it hard to effectively move the ball anywhere, and you can forget actually scoring a goal. I've only seen it happen once. Collision detection also provides an issue on the Bathtub Bash map, which has floating rubber ducks that float around in a ring. You must jump on and off of the ducks in order to move around the map. Oftentimes you'll think you've made it onto a duck or a platform, and then you'll sort of vibrate and then sink into the watery depths below. Another major issue caused by poor collision detection is bullet hit detection. This is a large problem when using the standard automatic assault rifle, the M16. The gun is both as inaccurate as firing a Nerf gun at someone 30 yards away, and the bullet hit detection is terrible. To compensate for this, you need to stand completely still, and you can still dump a mag on a guy and only make a fourth of your shots. The shotgun and flamethrower can also occasionally be wonky as well. Another frustrating feature of the game is the sprint mechanics. First of all, there's a stamina bar, which only gives you a few seconds of sprint, which wouldn't be terrible on its own, but you can only sprint while running in a straight line, so you can either strafe and move like molasses, or run like the wind for a few seconds and then get sniped in the head. What really confuses me about both the gun and sprint mechanics is that these mechanics are the type of mechanics you'd find in a hyper-realistic shooter, but everything else about the game seems to be designed around being an arcadey arena shooter. You can build up quite a bit of momentum, gravity is slightly lower than usual, you start off with all the weapons by default and don't have to collect them, and gunfights are quick and up close and personal. Yet, it's hard to hit anything, and you can't strafe without being a snail. Switching weapons on the fly is also gimmicky when using the scroll wheel. The game mechanics seem to be fighting with themselves, which ultimately makes this game a frustrating experience. It's sad to see this, as they did get a lot of things right. They put a cooldown on 4 of the 5 weapons, so you won't have somebody spawn camping with a shotgun or a sniper rifle. They provided a manual that describes the game in small, easy to understand snippets. The game modes are inventive and interesting, and the game looks good. I thought that maybe the devs could salvage the game if they fixed these issues quickly, which they did come out with a few patches after release, but they never addressed the issues I stated. Unfortunately, it looks like most people deem this game as a flop, as almost all the servers are completely empty now. That brings up another issue, which is I couldn't connect to half of the dedicated servers I tried to join. At the end of the day, the appeal was the idea of running around as a plastic army man, which is a good way to draw in players, but if you can't get basic shooter mechanics right, you're doing something wrong. Maybe the devs will realize their mistakes and fix the game, but until then, I would say this game is not worth the $15 that it currently costs. Thanks all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and subscribe for more gaming and PC hardware content. If you're viewing this on YouTube, head over to techreport.com where most of our content is. If you have played the Mean Greens or have something else to say about it, I encourage you to leave a comment below. Thanks again. Later.